Okay.
Me too. I'm so excited to play a show for you. I was on the beach today and got a lot of sun. Can you tell?
No?
Well, it's springtime. I'm with my cousin. Gonna see some baseball. The bees are buzzing. I believe you should grab your best friend. Meet us at the ballpark over by the hot dog stand. I'll be your man. We'll get a suntan. Foul ball, bring a glove. It's baseball season. I'm in love. My cousin's got a girlfriend, her name's Mary. Gonna bring a best friend, her name's Sherry. Got a bottle of wine, it tastes like cherry. Our first date, it sure is scary. First base. Well, it's strike three. The home team's winning. When you hold my hand, my brain starts spinning. Happy as I can be, I'm floating. Just like stumbling onto a Babe Ruth card. I'll be your man. We'll get a suntan. Foul ball, bring a glove. It's baseball season, and I'm in love. Man, what's up with that I think that dude is a chump. Well, next week we'll get a couple passes, and we'll bring down past some glasses, for it's root for the Padres. If they don't win, it's the same. Oh, it's 1, 2, 3 starts you out at there. Well, it's springtime. I'm with my cousin. Gonna see some baseball. The bees are buzzing. And it's a high fly foul ball into the right field seats, caught by the man from Walla Walla.
Not a crook.
Oh no. Oh my God.
Woo! You ever watch TV with someone and the news is on and they get really mad at the lead stories? Well, if that happens to you, then this song is for you.
Oh.
Okay? You know what I'm talking about? You see some stuff on the TV and it starts making you so angry. Oh man, that's how I wrote this song. And the title of this song is called If It Bleeds, It Leads.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
I can never watch the news with you because you yell back. You scream like they can hear you in the television set. What am I to do when all you're doing is a yelling at the top of your lungs? You're even scaring all the pets. You're scaring all the pets. One time I remember when you went and grabbed your pistol. You blew a hole right through the brand new lounge room television. I had to duck and cover, then I rose and slowly peeked out. Thank God you have good aim and then you shoot with such precision. You shoot with such precision. We're all adrift on a sea of slime. We're wandering around just wasting our time. Maybe one day we'll all join together. We'll find some buried treasure and we'll have some playtime. The neighbors called the cops and then they pounded on the doorbell. They had the SWAT team with them and they weren't just there to schmooze. I had to do the side step when the tank came through the front door. I said, hey Mom, would you look at me? I'm making the news. Making the news. I can tell you that I'm pretty sure is certain. They must sell advertising to bring in the proceeds. They don't want you to flip the switch or even close the curtains. They keep us hypnotized, and if it bleeds, it leads. If it bleeds, if it bleeds, if it bleeds, it leads. We're all adrift on a sea of slime. We're wandering around just wasting our time. Maybe one day we'll all join together. We'll find some buried treasure and we'll have some playtime. This is already the greatest show I've ever played.
Again? Everything?
That song brings tears to my eyes every time I play it. And I'm like a little baby deer that was just born in the forest. So if I was to reenact a baby deer being born in the forest, it would be like this.
Like, so the deer comes out of the mom.
Oh my God.
And it takes its first steps.
He's like, what a beautiful world this is. And that's what you gotta do. You gotta look at the world with the eyes of a baby deer, fresh out of its mom. It's like one of the beautiful things you can do in life. Be that baby deer. And then grab your guitar and write songs. Even if you've never written a song before, it's never too late. That last song I just did is called Ashokan Farewell. And you can hear it on the Ken Burns Civil War documentary. And you can almost hear Peter Coyote's voice going, "The Battle of Bull Run was fought." And talking about, like, with that beautiful way he enunciates and tells the story. And so I never know what song is going to wake me up. And sometimes I just look at the headlines and a song wakes me up like this. And I grab the guitar and I have to be available to write it down, because if I don't, Bob Dylan's going to get it. So here goes. Thoughts and prayers, everything's in disrepair. Politicians, they don't care, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. It ain't safe to go outside, everybody duck and hide. I just want to be a farmer, now I need some body armor. Children try to go to school, shot at by a crazy fool. I look outside and I feel scared, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers, everything's in disrepair. Politicians, they don't care, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. You ain't safe in a grocery store, people mow down on the floor, all because their skin was black, giving me a heart attack. Say they need to do research for tax-free guns in a church. In return, we're met with stares, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers, everything's in disrepair. Politicians, they don't care, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. You can't pass a bill today or held hostage by the NRA. Try and make a simple change and get tossed in a shooting range. Teachers used to have more fun, now they want to give them guns. Bullets free for kids to share, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers, everything's in disrepair. Politicians, they don't care, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers, everything's in disrepair. Politicians, they don't care, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. I went to the University of San Diego. Churros! I took Spanish. I majored in political science with a minor in Spanish. My parents were so proud. But they were actually kind of proud because it was a Catholic university. And that was pretty good, going to a Catholic university. It made them very happy. And I played in the folk mass. And the folk mass was amazing because it would be packed on Sunday nights. And all the students would come into folk mass. And I was the leader of the folk band. I got hired to be the leader of the folk band. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
In the Catholic Church, which is crazy. And the reason I did it is because they gave me free classes if I played in the folk mass. Because they knew I could play guitar and could sing. And so that was pretty fun because all the songs were beautiful. One like this. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. That was a good one. And then there was this other banger we did. This other banger went like this. And went, same chords. Sometimes you hit a wrong note. That's right. And that one would go. Peace I leave with you, my friend. Shalom, my peace, in all you do. I love that one. That's so good. And then it was really cool because there's this part of the mass called the Lamb of God, and that was a great song. That one goes like this. A banger is a banger. Lamb of God, you take away the sins of the world. Have mercy on us. Lamb of God, you take away the sins of the world. That was so cool, but I was thinking like we needed to change the chords, so I rewrote the Lamb of God. That was pretty cool. And I turned it into a kind of a punk rock song. I only got to do it once. The priest didn't dig it. But I did get away with it once. Would you like to hear it?
Lamb of God, you take away sins of the world every day. Give them back. We want them back. Well, you think you're so cool you can take them away. Anytime you want, we got nothing to say. Give them back. We want them back.
That song rocks, man. I like the idea that they want it back. None of the other people in folk mass would play it with me because they got scared. I did it on my own. Sometimes it takes a hero. Anyways, my sister's here and I love her so much, and I think she's right there. There's Kathy. And that's my niece right next to her, Kayla. And I watched my sister give birth to Kayla. I can't believe this was 34 years ago. Is that wild? I don't even know where the time goes. And now I'm in the casino with Kayla buying her shots of Cuervo. She's like, Uncle Steve, can you give me some Coke? But anyway, I got this job in San Diego. And I moved in with my sister, and we moved into this condominium in La Mesa. And she was a DJ at San Diego State University, and she worked for the station called KCR, the Live Wire, and she would bring me home all these punk rock records. Never did I think I would start a band called the Rugburns, and we'd get to tour and open with the Ramones. And it was a crazy life, and I can't believe that it all started kind of like my downward spiral started as a pizza maker at Round Table Pizza. And you never know what's going to happen, but this guy, he lived in a place called Tierra Santa in San Diego. And it sounds cool, but it's not. And anyways, he was like, hey, have you ever tried cocaine? And I go, no, but I want to. And I was so young, and I wasn't old enough to drink, and the manager was like, you kind of look like me, you can use my fake ID to get into bars. And this guy had red curly hair and freckles. But he was like, if you want to do some cocaine, come over to our house after you get off work. We're having a cocaine party. And it was 1979. And so I went over there, and I said, just so you know, I don't have any money. And he goes, you don't need any, that's cool. I go, all I have is $150 in my ATM, and I need it for books for college. And he goes, you don't have to, it doesn't cost you anything. The first one's free. So, anyways, he put on this record by Tom Petty. You guys ever heard of Tom Petty? And he goes, don't snort the line till the chorus kicks in, bro. That was how he talked. And it's like, I didn't know when the chorus was gonna kick in, so he like chops up this line of coke on a mirror, next to a Tom Petty album with a 3-foot bong, a German Shepherd. Looking at him, and so I was waiting, and he goes, wait till the chorus kicks in, don't snort that cut, bro. So I hear this voice go, oh, we got something, we both know it, and we don't talk too much about it. Ain't no real big secret, all the same, somehow we get around it. I had a black light poster, you could hear the crackle of the needle on the vinyl. It don't really matter to me. And I was like, is this the chorus? He goes, no. Everybody's got, he goes, that's the pre-chorus. Everybody's got to fight to be free, see it don't. And he goes, now, to live like a refugee. And I went, snorted that line of coke up, and I felt it jerk down my throat. And I go, let's get more. Take me to my ATM. Fuck school. Several years later, I ended up in rehab. But I sure had fun. But I worked at that pizza parlor, Round Table Pizza, for a long time. Until I got fired. And for singing on the microphone, which is crazy.
What?
And, fair enough, to this guy's credit, he was a very good Christian man and a nice guy. And he had all his cousins come out from Iowa to San Diego. And the guy that worked at the Round Table Pizza, the manager, said, I want to time you tonight to see how quick you can chug a pint of beer. This is a new game we're playing. How quick can you drink 3? And I go, I don't know. He goes, go into the walk-in closet and then go make a pizza and then tell people when their pizzas are ready. So that's what got me fired, singing on the microphone. I sang a song called the Rodeo Song that was out on the radio at the time. And the chorus went, you piss me off, you fucking jerk, you get on my nerves. And so the song was really fast, it was by these Canadians. And it was like, well, it's 40 below and I don't give a fuck, got a heater in my truck and I'm off to the rodeo. It was that song, So I sang it on the microphone rather than telling people their pizzas were ready. Then the next morning I woke up and it was like, ding! And I answered the phone, I go, hello? And he goes, yes, this is Mr. Roberts, owner of Round Table Pizza. You need to come in and pick up your check. And I remember, I go, we're getting paid early? He goes, no, you're fired. We need pizza makers, not entertainers. And right then my heart swelled with pride. And I remember I said to him, I'm an entertainer? That's all he cared about. And I go, and so I went there and he gives me my check and I go, can I cash it here? And he goes, yeah. And it was like $83 or something. It was 1979. I put that money in my pocket and got picked up by a guy in a tortilla truck. coming over from Tijuana, and I remember I was in the back of that tortilla truck with my head resting on warm flour tortillas. And the guy was like, "You can eat all of them you want, man. I'm driving you to LA." And then I just kept eating flour tortillas, got another ride, and I ended up somehow in Northern California, and I got a gig at a pizza parlor playing guitar, owned by the Russian mob. I can't make this shit up, so. Mother Russia, where have you been? I've been walking kind of tender on needles and pins. My life is full of trouble, but I still get by. I steal enough to feed me, but I never tell a lie. I won't stop until I'm done. My cup is full, I need non-stop action, man. I hate it when it's dull. Hallelujah to your Jesus, I'll raise you a saint. Show and I'm feeling kind of faint. Got a job making pizzas, but I soon got fired for singing on the microphone and acting really wired. My boss said, "Son, we need dedicated pizza makers. The only thing that you are is a drunk entertainer." So I hitched a ride to Reno in a tortilla truck. Only made it up to Davis till I ran out of luck. Got a job singing songs in a Russian pizza parlor. My parents always hoped that I would make it kind of farther. Hallelujah to your Jesus, I'll raise you a saint. You're showing 3 Buddhas and I'm feeling kind of faint. I make pizzas on the side when I ain't singing songs. I make amends on my days off. I try to make my wrongs, but there ain't a lot of time left on my ticking meter. You could call me Saint Steve, or you could just call me Peter if you put your faith in me. I'll never do you wrong, but I can't be trusted, 'cause I'll put you in a song. Mother Russia, the skies are blue. I got a hunger in my heart and a naked love for you. If lines on the face are a roadmap to the soul, then might have been spun like a stripper on a pole. Mother Russia, you're an epic sweeping novel. I want you back, baby, and I ain't too proud to grovel. Hallelujah to your Jesus, I'll raise you a saint. You're showing 3 Buddhas and I'm feeling kind of faint. I'm feeling kind of faint. Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other one has to say. Reminiscing this and that and having such a good time. Oo-De-Lally, golly, what a day. Never ever thinking there was danger in the water. They were drinking just to guzzling it down. Never dreaming then a scheming that a sheriff was watching them and hanging all around. Robin Hood and Little John running through the forest, jumping fences, dodging trees and trying to get away. Contemplating nothing but escaping, finally making it. Oo-De-Lally, golly, what a day. Oo-De-Lally, golly, what a day. I love that song so much because Roger Miller wrote it. And have you guys ever heard of Roger Miller? He gave the best advice to a young musician, a fledgling songwriter, one day in Nashville. And the young songwriter came up and said, Mr. Miller, I'm a young fledgling songwriter who played in the Catholic Church. Do you have any advice for me? And he said, yeah, kid, always keep your change in your right hand pocket and your pills in your left hand pocket, because I just swallowed a quarter. How about this shirt for the Stardust?
Yeah.
Hey folks, as we travel around the world, we meet other musicians. It's one of the reasons I got into the folk racket, is I got so many friends in this business that I've met over the years. And there's a couple here tonight that are gonna join me on stage, and they played at my wedding. I was on a cruise ship. You probably haven't heard of it, it's called Cayamo, but we were out onto the sea. And they played my wedding. They're great friends. They're brother and sister. Sean and Sara Watkins. Please welcome them up to the stage. I love you forever too. Thanks, Steve. Do you remember playing our wedding, you guys?
I do.
Of course.
Was that cool?
Yeah, man, come on. In the atrium?
Yes. So these guys live in Los Angeles, and I live in Nashville, but I'm gonna try to join them a lot more often, because every time I'm around them, I just have the best time. And you can tell they're brother. There's nothing better than siblings playing music together, because siblings, they grew up together, you know? They fought, they bled, they laughed, they have all these memories, and the music is embedded in their DNA code, and when you get them to flank you on either side, you can handle any army anywhere in the world. These machines kill fascists. We're gonna do this really cool Neil Young song for you, because, God, I love Neil.
Good reason.
One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and write a long letter to all the good friends I've known. And I'm gonna try, thank them for all the good times together, though so apart we've grown. One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and write a long letter to all the good friends I've known. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, it won't be long, won't be long, won't be long, won't be long. And I'm gonna thank that old country fiddler, and all of them rough kids playing that rock and roll. And I never tried to burn any bridges, though I know I've let some good things go. One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and write a long letter to all the good friends I've known. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, it won't be long, won't be long, won't be long, won't be long. Down in LA, all the way to Nashville, New York City, to my Canadian prairie home. My friends are scattered like leaves from an old maple. Some are weak and some are strong. One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and write a long letter to all the good friends I've known. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, you won't be long, won't be long, won't be long, won't be long. Sometimes you get goosebumps on stage. Someday, my baby, when I am a man, mothers have taught me the best that they can. They sell me a suit and cut off my hair and send me to work in tall buildings. It's goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, goodbye to the flowers, and goodbye to you. I'm off to the subway, I must not be late. I'm going to work in a tall building. Now when I retire and my life is my own, I made all the payments and it's time to go home. I wonder what happened betwixt and between when I went to work in tall building. It's goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, goodbye to the flowers, and goodbye to you. I'm off to the subway, I must not be late. I'm going to work in tall buildings. Now when I retire, my life is my own. I made all the payments and it's time to go home. I wonder what happened betwixt and between when I went to work in tall buildings. It's goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, goodbye to the flowers, and goodbye to you. I'm off to the subway, I must not be late. I'm going to work in tall buildings. Give it up to Sean and Sara Watkins. Man, you guys, we're so lucky we're still all alive and we get to do this, aren't we?
Yep, got that right.
I feel pretty grateful. All the different people I get to meet. The only thing I wish my mom and dad could have been here for this show. They would have dug it. They really would have dug it. You know, because my mom was the one who taught me the word Petrichor. She knew the meaning of every word. My mom was so smart, you'd have loved her. She was really smart. She was a little nuts too, which is cool. That's where I get it from. My dad was stable every day. He woke up every day in a good mood. My mom, she was a wild one, you know? She came from a wild family in Cape Breton in Nova Scotia. I'm talking her parents were in and out of jail, alcoholics, and she got the hell out of there and moved to Montreal and met my dad. And I would have never known all the cool words I know, like Petrichor, the smell after the rain stops, had I not had a mom who gave me a whole curious mind for words and for learning new words. Smell the perfume from the dirt, rub it on, what could it hurt? It's the smell that we all love, sent right down from high above. My wife says, bottle it up, see the gold coins fill like a cup. Women all around the world are smelling like a red dirt girl. Petrichor is happening right now. Happens every time the rain comes down. See the steam rise up right off the ground. Petrichor is happening right now. Saw my garden, parts and dry, look up to the clear blue sky. Prayed all night for one good cloud, make the sweet rain come on down. Thirsty rains all look at me, it's almost like they can see. Even drops fall from the sky, it starts to rain, I start to cry. Petrichor is happening right now. Happens every time the rain comes down. See the steam rise up right off the ground. Petrichor is happening right. The heavens give me my lifeblood. When it's done, I'm in the mud. Watch the cracked earth soak it in. See my sucker sprout again. Now you know just what it is. It's a gift that heaven gives. Grows the flowers and the weeds. Blessings for the thirsty seeds. Petrichor is happening right. Happens every time the rain comes down. See the steam rise up right off the ground. Petrichor is happening. Petrichor is happening. Petrichor is happening right. Behind every artist is a cool manager and booking agent. I would like to thank my manager, Phil Einson. He's a good Jewish boy, and his mom and dad are so proud of him. He's a good Jewish boy, and his mom and dad are so proud of him. He manages a wild artist named Steve Poltz and John Craigie. The things you have to put up with as a manager, it's amazing. This is how the folk racket works. An offer comes in, and it's funneled through to the booking agent. The booking agent is Adam Bauer, who's not here tonight, but he lives in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I love him. And then the booking agent funnels the offer to Phil. Phil deems whether the offer is worthy for him to present it to me. And he says, here's the offer you got. For instance, Blissfest, Michigan. Do you want to do Blissfest? And I say, how much am I getting paid? He says, this much. And I go, cool, I love that festival. And then I call John Craigie up, and I go to the John Craigie School of Economics real quick, and John goes, you're not really making that much. And then it's like this. And then Phil goes back to Adam and says, can you get a little bit more and get free housing thrown in? Then he comes back to me with the offer, and it's double the amount because Phil worked hard. And then I'm like, so I want to thank you for everything you've done. One time I woke up in the morning and I was camping, and have you ever been to the Ansel Adams backcountry in Yosemite? God, it's beautiful. Yes. Imagine this, you know how beautiful it looks up at Lady Lake? And I had my little tent there, and I went out just to go for a walk as the sun was rising. As I came back and I saw my tent there, this song came to me. It was a gift from the heavens above. This is called Dreamhouse. Among the men, I'll be around to see if you would like a chance for love again. From ocean to desert sand, we'll travel across the world because it's been made in our hand. Wherever we lay down our bedrolls is a home. We don't need much, we've got it made. We'll travel the world somehow. From mountain tops to cityscapes, we're in our dream house now. I've been a lonely gypsy, and you're looking mother hipsy. I'll follow you till I'm tipsy, from San Diego to Poughkeepsie. I've been broken heart. Let's get this party started. Our ship has now departed from San Diego to the planets that they have not charted. Among the men, I'll be around to see if you would like a chance for love again. From ocean to desert sand, we'll travel across the world because it's been made in our hand. We're in our dream house now. We're in our dream house now. Did you guys ever have the Catholic priest spend the night at your house? At your parents' house?
No.
We did, and I know it sounds weird, but so I was an altar boy, and we would go back, and the priest would always say to us, "You give us a pep talk before Mass." And it was like, you know, like a sports team, and the priest would gather us around the altar boys and he'd go, "Remember, if the host falls off someone's tongue, you gotta catch it before it hits the ground, because if it hits the ground, that means Jesus is dead, and that's on you."
Oh,
That was like his
man.
pep talk to us.
Wow.
I would always imagine that one day I would catch Jesus flipping through the air and catch him before he hit the ground, and there would be like a parade for me. Like, I'm serious, dude. This is how I still think of things like this. Like Petrichor, I figured somebody would do a parade for me because I wrote a song called Petrichor. And I was like, I Googled it to see if anybody else had one, and Fish has one. And I'm going to play Trey Anastasio's Recovery House this summer in Vermont, so, because he's also used to do drugs like me. And now we don't do that anymore, so we go up there and we're going to play to these people. But it's really cool because the priest would come over to the house and he would always have me play him songs. And he loved my songs. And he's still alive and he still calls me sometimes. He's like 80 and he's an Irish guy and he'll be drunk. He'll go, Stevie Poltz. Oh, Stevie Poltz, I follow your career on the Google. So your mom and dad will be so proud, Stevie. Your mom, I'm gonna get a little drink here. Your mom and dad, and the message goes on so long. It's one of the most beautiful things. And when I go to San Diego, I go take him out to dinner because I love the guy so much. So see, when a guy opens up a statement and says, "Did you ever have the Catholic priest spend the night at your house?" Nothing weird happened. It was cool. In fact, he would encourage me to play guitar. And he would say, Stevie, put on that record. Put on that John Denver record. And the John Denver record had a skip in it. And he was like, play me Grandma's Feather Bed. Play it for Father Murphy, would you? And so I would play him Grandma's Feather Bed, but I was trying to figure it out because back in those days you didn't have Google and you couldn't take a guitar lesson on YouTube to figure it out. You'd have to lift the needle up off the record. And the chorus of the song would go, it was 9 feet high, 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of Oo-De-Lally geese, take a hold of the cloth for the tick. But our record went, it was 9, it was 9, it was 9, it was 9. And I was like, what's he saying?
Oh, man.
I wanted to look at you. Anyways, and so I figured it out, and then my manager Phil was like, hey, you want to be in this PBS special? They're doing 50 years of John Denver, and they want you to do this song. Have you ever heard it? It's called Grandma's Feather Bed. I was like, are you kidding me? I told him the story about the record skipping and everything. He goes, well, they want you to do it. And I said, are we on a ship or something? Because I feel like this is weird. Just up off the floor. We used to go down to Grandma's house every month and or so. We'd have chicken pie and country ham and homemade butter on the bread. But the best darn thing about Grandma's house was the great big feather bed. It was 9 feet high, 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of Oo-De-Lally geese, took a hole with the cloth for the tip. It had whole big kids and 4 hound dogs and the piggy we stole from a shed. Didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. After supper, we'd sit around the fire and the old folks would spit and chew. Pa would talk about the farm and the war, and Gran would sing a ballad or two. Well, I'd sit and listen and watch the fire till the cobwebs filled my head. Next thing I know, I wake up in the morning in the middle of the old feather bed. It was 9 feet high, 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of Oo-De-Lally geese, took a hole with the cloth for the tip. It had whole big kids and 4 hound dogs and the piggy we stole from a shed. Didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. Well, I love my mom, I love my pa, I love Granny and Grandpa too. I went fishing with my uncle and I wrestled with my cousin and I even kissed him. But if I ever had to make a choice, well, I guess it ought to be said I'd trade them all, plus a gal down the road for Grandma's feather bed. Yeah, I'd trade them all, plus a gal down the road. No, wait a minute, dude, you should check out the gal down the road now. Totally impressive, she's got a TikTok page. I saw her the other day. Dude, she's so hot. Don't trade her for the feather bed. It was 9, 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 it was 9. It was 9 feet high, 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of Oo-De-Lally geese, took old book and clock from the tip. Did the whole day, kids and boys, hound dogs and the piggy we stole from the shed. Didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. Left on my calling card. I was halfway around the world, and it was raining really hard. And I only had a couple of aspirin and half a can of beer. So I swallowed it down for courage, but it was still pretty hard to hear. 'Cause I only had 3 words that I wanted to tell you, but it would be easier if you were here and I could smell. Words are falling, I don't know. They drift, they pass, they melt like snow. I know I may be a flake. I'll scrape my knees and make mistakes. I may lose, but mostly win. Sometimes I get soaked in sin, but I fall right back into your arms again. So I ordered 4 cans of Tuies, and I set them on the trunk. Had a long conversation with a hopeless drunk. 'Cause I only had 5 tickets and 6 new friends. So one of them had a hissy fit and drove off in a Mercedes-Benz. Words are falling, I don't know. They drift, they pass, they melt like snow. I know I may be a flake. I scrape my knees and make mistakes. I may lose, but mostly win. Sometimes I get drenched in sin, but I fall right back into your arms again. So we played 7-card stud, and I had a royal flush, and I took out your picture, and I started to blush, 'cause I only had 8 lives. Most cats got 9. So I skipped out on bungee jumping just this time. 'Cause I only had 10 chances to say I love you. Words are falling, I don't know. They drift, they pass, they melt like snow. I know I may be a flake. I'll scrape my knees and make mistakes. I may lose, but mostly win. Sometimes I get soaked in sin, but I'll fall right back into your arms again. I'll collapse into your loving arms again. Hey, I'll fall right back into your arms again. Thanks, folks. I don't know why the time goes by so fast. I hate it. I wish the shows could be 9 hours. One time, I played at a place called Java Joe's in San Diego.
Woo!
It was over capacity. You could only fit 300 people in there. And I told the audience I was having so much fun. I said, I don't think I'm going to stop. And they said to me, don't. And then I said, no, you don't understand. I'm really not going to stop. And the show started at 9. And then at 4 in the morning, I was still going. 5 in the morning, I was still going. And finally, there were only 3 people left. I said, I'm not going to stop until you're either asleep or you leave. And there was 2 asleep, and the one guy was still trying to stay awake, and Java Joe was standing on the side. And finally, the 3rd guy fell asleep, and I put my guitar down, and I ran around the room singing, "We Are the Champions." Don't worry, I'm not going to do that tonight, but it would be cool, wouldn't it?
Hell yeah.
This goes out to Joe Poltz. Contains a word called Bahootensie. When I married Heather and John, or officiated their wedding, they demanded I say Bahootensie, and my dad made up that word. Before he died, I asked him, "What's it mean, Dad?" And he said, "I don't know, I just made it up." I said, "Well, you gotta tell me something." He said, "It means many blessings. Let's go nuts."
Nice.
We're all on a conveyor belt in a factory on a wheel of time. Yeah, we don't know when our card clocks out. It was yesterday, we were in our prime. Mic-mac, click-clack, don't even think about looking back. Kodak, soundtrack, I remember when my mom had a heart attack. We're all on a conveyor belt in a factory on the wheel of time. Yeah, we don't know when our card clock's out. It was yesterday, we were in our prime. Tic-tac-toe, I'm still looking for Indian Joe. Where the hell did my dad go? Maybe where the river and the rainbow flow. Yeah, maybe where the river and the rainbow go. Yakety-yak at the top of the tree. My love's got a money-back guarantee. I'm living now in Tennessee, but I still scream Bahootensie. Hey, let's go join the Jubilee. Don't let the time run out on me. My mom and dad have gone to sea. was yesterday, we were in our prime. We were all on a conveyor belt in a factory on the wheel of time. Yeah, we don't know when our card clock's out. It was yesterday, we were in our prime. Seems like yesterday, we were in our prime. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to end on this song. I love you. I would like to remind you this whole show is recorded. If you want a copy of it, you can get it at the merch area. Joshua does such a good job recording all these shows. You can get all my shows I've played at, the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle in the merch area. And he's recorded everything, and I love Joshua. He's done a bang-up job. I'm gonna end on a song that isn't a banger, but it's my favorite song to play, so I don't care. And I hope you like it. And I want to thank once again Sean and Sara Watkins. This was a dream come Caramel sky, paint across a cloud. Somebody's struggling, but everyone's allowed. And if you're gonna reach for the stars. Pack yourself a lunch in some antique jars. Celebrate your fears, celebrate your scars. You've earned every one. You're a shiny old car. Shine on, shine on, shine on. You got the Mercedes covered up with rust. Champagne fizz from the bone to the buzz. From a faraway farm to the California gold. Chasing down a dream you just can't be sold. Celebrate life, let it all fall free. Kick off your shoes and wiggle your feet. And shine on, shine on, shine on. Feel the feel, taste what's real. Jump in the ocean and bark like a seal. And if you're gonna reach for the sky. Smile at a stranger, let the tears fly. Celebrate peace, don't pick fights. Communicate love, turn on your light. Shine on, shine on, shine on. Thank you so much, everybody.